Paul Percall at number 4. This is a team that, yet again, I'm going to have to apologize every podcast that I do because coming into the season, I was not big on this team at all. I really didn't like it. I thought when he drafted, he just took the leftovers that nobody wanted. I mean, Matt Forte's not a leftover. That's a good pick there. But McCoy was a leftover, and Alfred Morris definitely was a leftover. But the one thing I kind of liked a little bit, I thought your receiving situation would work out. Now, granted, you don't have Brandon Marshall anymore. You have Arian Foster now, but God almighty, Keenan Allen is making everybody regret that they passed up on him. And he's looking better than what he was his rookie year. Phillip Rivers, if he sees Allen matched up one-on-one, Keenan Allen is going to win that battle, man. He's looking really nice. Great pick, Paul. I mean, I can't hate on him. The Chris Ivory was a shock to me. I thought this, because I am a Jets fan, and I do watch the Jets, and Chris Ivory's a decent running back, but, I didn't expect his value to be so much better with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and even if they had a Brandon Marshall, he's still a running back, but, wow. I guess he's looking really nice as well. So, Paul, you got a lot of pickups there that are pretty good. And I'm starting to buy this trend a little bit. You're actually at 521 points right now. It's pretty freaking impressive for a team that everybody was down on. And yeah, you did text me saying that you're out to prove something and you want to show everybody everything, but man, you are showing it. The only reason why I don't have you higher is because of your strength of schedule the last 2 weeks was kind of maybe the reason. Not really, because you look at that points, but you beat Rob Messia and you beat myself, which are in the bottom low of the rankings, so I can't put you higher because you played us. It's not saying that your team is bad and I don't believe in it. That's not what I'm getting at, but at the same time, you got to show some respect to everybody else and with strength of schedule, and that's what made me kick you out of the top 3. Nothing personal at all, Paul. I'm just letting you know, but I actually like what this team is doing, and before I move on to number 3, by the way, Travis Benjamin is looking like a decent flex play. I don't believe, and I can't believe that I'm saying it, but if this dude is getting return yards and getting 10 targets a game because nobody else can catch the ball, shit, that's another good pickup. I mean, whatever, Paul. I mean, I don't know how you did it, but round of applause. I think you've honestly earned it right now. I mean, there's still a lot of games to play, but congratulations on the number 4 spot, and the stock is trending up on you. Number 3 is probably the weirdest situation as far as the team is concerned, honestly. With 490 points and started the season 2-0, but didn't put up any points, goes 1-1 and puts up over 130. That's Rob Coffey. This team is really hard to figure out. It's really hard to figure out, but at the same time, the deal that he made with the devil, aka Johnny Ahern, might have saved this team. I don't know what the hell. It just literally became like a different team. Let's go right into it. Quarterback situation, Russell Wilson. Right now, and knowing Rob Coffey and the type of manager that he is, he's probably going to roll with him. I do express a little bit of a concern, though, with Russell Wilson, but I'm pretty sure he's fine with him just getting him that 18 to 17 a week. But, man, that line, they're not giving him enough time. And the 2 fumbles, fumbles are fumbles. You really can't predict it. But if he keeps getting hit back there, there's going to be a ball that pops loose somewhere along those lines, maybe. But there's a lot of reasons why I do like this team. And I know what you're thinking. A lot of people think that, Devonta Freeman, he had 6 touchdowns in freaking 2 weeks. You know that he's not going to pick this pace up. The bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. He gave up a bust in Davante Adams. Davante for Davante, okay? So, boom, there you go. We already know who won that deal because Davante Adams just doesn't have it. He's hurt too. So he won that part of the deal. Dion Lewis for now is relevant, and I still say for now because I just have this weird vision that if he does fumble the ball, who knows what's going to happen. But if he's still that effective in that role, in that offense, there's no need to take him out. So he won that end of the portion, and Dion Lewis is proving me wrong as well because he's looking good. The one thing that has not worked out for this team, though, is the receiving situation. Brandon Cooks just looks god-awful, man. He's just when he's the focal point of this offense, man, it's the reason why Willie Snead is getting the catches and he's not. And I don't think Brandin Cooks is this bad. I still think he might be alright, and he could redeem himself with some flex value, maybe, but for the 3rd round pick, he's probably not going to live up to those expectations. Allen Robinson had an explosive week 2, and then had like a 9 and a 10-point game. And to be honest, this right now you can't treat him more than a flex with upside. However, this is the big however, with the way this team is set up, he also has Allen Hurns to coincide with it. I swear to God, it's like everybody wants 2 receivers or 2 somethings now on the same team. You already know who originated that shit, bitch. All right? No, I'm just kidding. But Allen Hurns actually looks pretty decent. It's weird because him and Leonard Hankerson are kind of like the number 2 kind of deep threat role, but they can do more stuff than deep threats, and I think coaches are starting to realize that now. And they're making the most out of their opportunities, and Allen Hurns really makes Allen, the Robinson pick, not look as bad. And it's not even that bad. It's okay. There is one thing, though, that I think is going to have to go if this team wants to be the next step up. And I think it's time to sell on the Broncos running backs if you have any buyers. Gary Kubiak is an idiot, all right? Like, he's really dumb. I mean, you should have went out in the beginning of the season and said you were going to have an RBBC. What does he do then? He then says, C.J. Anderson, weeks 1 through 4. He's going to be the guy. We need him on the field. All right. He's been hurt in every game that he's played other than week 4. And the fact that he got called back into the Detroit game from the concussion protocol is total BS. Like, you know, the doctors definitely were like, yo, this guy's got a concussion. We're not even going to write him a medical note. And Jawan Thompson sits out for the game. Gary Kubiak, I think, just has a fetish for C.J. freaking Anderson, but, like, he's not doing anything. And I honestly feel like it's probably because he's been a victim of the zone blocking scheme, which was not part in the John Fox-led offense with him and Adam Gase. Now, the reason being is because when you run a zone blocking scheme, for those of you who don't know or are unfamiliar with how the blocking is set up, it's a zone. So you're going to have a defender in an open space where the blocking zone is not going towards. That's the main problem with DeMarco Murray as well, except when Murray runs an inside zone. That's where he's best at because he can see the whole field, like when he's going uphill. And I think Anderson is kind of the same way. When they're running these outside zones or off tackles, most of the time there's a defender right there. And yeah, he can get yards after contact, but these defenders are swarming and the safeties are in the box because Peyton Manning, nobody's afraid of him deep anymore. So he's seeing a stacked box, whereas the difference for Ronnie Hillman, and he's going to the outside and hitting that edge on the 78-yard run, the blocking is there for, if they run to the left side and they run a left outside zone, you know that the other linebacker that's playing the left side but on the defensive side of the ball is going to be open. But because of Hillman's speed, that linebacker is not going to catch him all the way from the other side. That's the difference between him and C.J. Anderson. And unfortunately, this is why I kind of liked Hillman, is because, you know, with his own blocking scheme, you're making a hole for the guy, and he's got the burst to hit it. C.J. Anderson's more of a bruiser, and I think what they're going to do now is an RBBC, but you can't trust like one of them to start and the other on the bench. So you got to look at a team that needs a running back. I would definitely, honestly, look to sell. Number 2 is still the guy who's been there, and that's David Sutton. He's actually had just one bad week. That was last week. Tom Brady was out of it, and holy shit, this is actually going to be 45 minutes. Wow. Anyway, David's team, I like it. Been a supporter of it. Tom Brady was out for the week 4, so his point total definitely took a big hit, and a lot of guys didn't step up. But a lot of teams are starting to hate now, I'm noticing, because they don't like his flex values with Carlos Hyde and Alfred Morris. What I do like, though, is Brandon Marshall is back, man. He is back. This dude is being treated as a wide receiver 1, and there's no reason not to rank him there. Amari Cooper, I hate mentioning his name. I saw the talent, and I got rid of it, man. Congratulations. Not that I can hate, though, because Latavius Murray was a good deal for him, so it's not bad at all. But Amari Cooper's the real deal as well. I think Amari Cooper, honestly, right now, is probably going to be ranked inside the second round. There's no reason for him not to be at this point, man. This dude, his route running is really freaking good. Really good. He gets open downfield. I am in on the Amari Cooper hype. sorry, the microphone got cut off, but like I said, I am on the Amari Cooper hype. This dude is a beast. Unbelievable right now, man. And he's looking like a wide receiver 2. Kind of, right now, I'd say he's the low end 2, but he's definitely pushing like the consistent wide receiver 2 range. AP is back. That's a great pick. Frank Gore is kind of on the decline, though. And as I'm going over this team, it's like, I think the 2 receivers definitely make up for what happens now. And we all thought that the running backs would be good, because I think all hope is lost for Carlos Hyde at this point. If they're seeing stacked boxes, because Kaepernick just doesn't know how to run an offense at all. I think Carlos Hyde is probably going to be at 5 to 7 points a week. It's a shame, but that's not good. Alfred Morris, his time is ticking as well, but I like the top half of this roster. I think Frank Gore, as long as he's the starter, he's probably going to get, 12 to 16 points. Adrian Peterson is a beast. Tom Brady is a beast. The top half of the roster is what makes this team really, really good. And the flex is he'll eventually probably find something along the lines and find something to go. But until now, this is what he has. And